you're new to driving Uber or Lyft, there are a few mistakes that can cost you money before you even realize you're making them. The good news is that most of them are easy to avoid. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. Today, I'm going to be covering 5 of the biggest mistakes new drivers are still making in 2026 and what you should be doing instead. So mistake number 1 is not knowing your costs. I talk about this all the time, but not knowing your costs associated with driving is going to cost you big. And this is one of the biggest mistakes new drivers make, is focusing only on what they're earning and not what it's costing them to drive. So you might see that you made $25, $30 an hour and you think you're doing great, but that's not your actual profit. You still have to account for things like gas, maintenance, tires, oil changes, depreciation, insurance, and eventually taxes. If you don't know what your cost per mile is, it's impossible to know if the trip is actually worth taking, or profitable for that matter. Before you start driving seriously, spend some time understanding what your vehicle costs to operate. That knowledge alone can save you from taking a lot of bad trips. Which leads us right to number 2, and that is accepting every ride. A lot of new drivers think they should accept every trip that comes across the screen. That might have worked years ago, but in today's upfront fare environment, that's a quick way to lose your earnings, especially with upfront fares. Not every ride is profitable. Some rides pay too little. Some have long pickups. Some take you far away from busy areas. The best drivers evaluate trips before accepting them and focus on rides that make sense for their market and their goals. Remember, you're running a business. You're not collecting rides. Mistake number 3 is only signing up for one app. If you're only driving Uber or only driving Lyft, you're limiting your opportunities. Every market's different. In some city, Uber dominates. In others, Lyft can pay better. Some days, one app is busier than the other. Having access to both platforms gives you more options and more flexibility. And the best thing is you can actually run them at the same time and see what offers are coming in and make your most informed decision. But it doesn't even have to stop there. In fact, there's more than just rideshare. There's things like food delivery, shopping and delivering, and so many other types of apps out there at this point already. So if you are looking for multiple apps beyond just rideshare, that's something you should really look at. And mistake number 4 is not learning your market. So new drivers ask, how much can I make per hour? But the better question actually is, when and where should I drive? Every market has patterns. Maybe the airport is busy in the mornings. Maybe downtown surges after events. Maybe weekends outperform weekdays. Usually does. And the more you understand your local market, the better your results will be. This is also where tracking your miles and earnings becomes important. So apps like Solo can help you track expenses, mileage, and overall performance, so you can identify what's actually working and what's not. And on top of that, it also can tell you where and when to drive. So you're not guessing when or where it's going to be busy. You have something that is going to show you historical performance. And the drivers who learn their market usually outperform drivers who simply turn the app on and just hope for the best or accept every single ride. And then mistake number 5 is believing Uber's suggestions. Uber and Lyft often suggest where you should drive, where demand is high, or where opportunities may exist. The mistake is assuming those suggestions are always in your best interest. They're not. They're in Uber's best interest or Lyft's best interest. Why? Because they need to make sure drivers are going to be in the areas that they want them to be. Sometimes they might help, sometimes they don't. A busy area on the map doesn't automatically mean you're going to get a profitable trip, and a surge doesn't actually guarantee a good ride. And chasing every hotspot can waste time, fuel, and money. One of the best things is use the information the apps provide, but don't blindly follow it. Over time, trust your own experience and your own understanding of your market. Your local knowledge is often more valuable than what the map is going to be showing you. So if you're new to Uber or Lyft, avoid these 5 mistakes. Know your costs. Don't accept every ride. Sign up for more than one app. Learn your market. And don't blindly follow the app's suggestions. If you can avoid those mistakes, you're already ahead of a lot of new drivers. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Rideshare Guy, because we go over different ways and strategies that you can maximize your earnings when out on the road. Biggest thing is work smarter, not harder. If you want to know which app is better, Uber or Lyft, and which one you should drive for, check out this video right here, where I will break down kind of the differences of what you should be asking in 2026 versus what it would have been in 2023. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.